All right, we are here with a championship transformation, one of our clients, longtime member of ours, one of the elites, one of the staples. Uh, I want to let him introduce himself and tell his story about his journey so far. What is your name?
Hi, I'm Jonathan. I've been with Fight Fit now for I don't even know. How long has it been, Joe? 7, 8 years, maybe?
Obviously, 7, 8 years, man. You're an OG. How old are you now?
Oh my gosh, 48.
So you started when you're early 40s till now.
Yeah,
What
that's
do
right.
you do for work?
I'm a real estate agent.
Okay, real estate
Yeah.
agent. So at least it sounds like you move around a little bit, you know.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Not enough though. I mean, even then, if I don't work out or anything, I struggle to even do sometimes 6,000 steps a day,
Got it. Got it.
right? But since we got our dog, then I'm forced to do around 10,000 a day.
Oh, nice. That's what I hear. A lot of people get dogs just to get in that extra activity, which is
Yeah,
awesome.
because you know what? You're forced to, right? You don't even have a choice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No
Okay,
choice.
so let's take it back because your journey is a 7 to 8 year one with us. Kind of paint me the picture. What was life like before you started with Fight Fit?
Basically a couch potato. Never worked out. I mean, I was semi-active, I would say. Like I would go play tennis and whatnot, right? But I didn't actively go and seek to exercise. Like I never looked at it as to go do something to be healthy, let's put it that way.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So it was just always sitting down and whatnot.
So what's interesting about your case, I guess your wife started with us first, Kathy.
Yeah. Yeah, she started with you guys after we had our daughter.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess she got real. Well, let me ask you, what sparked you to kind of get started? Because she was with us for a little while and then you joined.
Yeah. So, okay. So the main reason why I joined was so I was started gaining weight. I mean, I started gaining weight. I was gaining weight for a very long time, actually, over the course of 10 years, right? And then, I'd see her go working out. She might mention sometimes saying that you would have specials. Like, hey, why don't you come try it out? But she never pushed me because she knows, right? So I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then one day the wake-up call was I couldn't get into one of my pants. And I started to feel my shirts were getting tighter. So that was a wake up call actually. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's time to go visit the gym just because clothes are getting bigger and things are not getting any better, right? It's only and my weight's only gaining. So decided to go and make a change.
Yeah. Okay. So I always talk to people about like when was that moment? And it's either something that was gnawing at you for a long time, or there's just that one moment, that like little turning point. And it sounds like you tried to put on pants, could try to put on shirts, couldn't fit them, and you're like, now's about time.
Yeah, yeah, now it's time. Like honestly, I've never been obsessed with weight. And it's funny, right? When I was younger, especially in my 20s, I was only about 140 pounds,
Yeah.
if even. 140, but it wasn't a healthy 140, right? It's like what the heck did they call it? A skinny fat.
Skinny fat. Yeah.
Right? I was bad. I had really bad eating habits. I would go with my friends. We would eat like 3 in the morning. We'd
Yeah.
have like a legit meal at 3 in the morning, right? Every weekend. So, and always having fast food as well. I hardly ate at home once I started working. So it was just a really bad lifestyle during that time.
Yeah.
Gained a lot of weight. But like I said, I didn't really care much because, my pant size didn't change much. But then just over the course of years, and I guess metabolism started slowing down
Yeah.
and things really caught up. So by
Yeah.
the time I joined your gym, and when I couldn't fit into my clothes, I think I peaked out at 198 at that time. So I went from 140 to 198 over like course of probably 10 years.
Okay. Okay. So over 10 years, you gained almost like for 50 pounds.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so, I mean, you've been with us now for 7 years. I'm sure there's some ups and downs. What were the like what at what point did you get like what were the best results that you got from us, and where did you get to at your peak?
So the best result I would say was probably the very first challenge I did. So I mean, a 6 week challenge. I mean, my mental game was never there to go with something to commit with something for that long, right? 6 weeks is quite the commitment, especially it's not so much the workout, to be honest with you. It's the diet plan.
Hmm.
That's actually what I find the hardest part. So during that time, I think there was a Halloween challenge that you guys are running, and we did it for 4 weeks. So I'm like, you know what, 4 week challenge, I can do that. I mean, it doesn't sound much shorter, but 4 weeks do sounds a lot better than 6 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And from what I recall, my results, like, so that was the very first challenge I ever did. And up to that point, I think I was only at the gym for maybe a year and a half. when I did that challenge. So from off the top of my head, I think I lost something like 18 pounds or something like that in 4 weeks. It was around there. And then I think I lost something like 5% body fat, right? It was around there. I can't remember off my head because it's been so
Yeah,
long,
yeah.
right? But just some rough numbers. So I think that was an eye opener because during those 4 weeks, especially the first week, you lose the most because a lot of it's
Mhm.
like water retention and whatnot as you're starting to cut back, right? But that was a real eye opener on how quick the body can actually change if you stick with a plan,
Yeah, yeah.
right? I mean, the diet plan is not that it's the food is bad or horrible or anything. It's just it's totally different from when you eat normally because you're reducing the amount of fats you're having, which does limit to what type of foods you are able to eat as well, right? And
Mhm.
then it's just also the portions. And to be frank with you, protein was a lot. I think for my diet plan, it was every meal was 6 ounces of protein. That
Mhm.
was a lot. I actually couldn't even eat 6 ounces. It was a lot. So
Mhm.
I think I was mostly eating like 4.5 ounces was all I
Mhm.
could stomach, right? Yeah. So I mean it's a change. It's I don't know, it's just interesting that you can pull something like that off in 4 weeks and
Yeah,
you see lots of members do it.
yeah,
Yeah, 6 week challenges, right?
yeah.
Obviously, varying results. We have some that really blow it out.
For sure, for sure. I think that's the big thing, and the reason why we've had so much success with you guys is because we give you guys the constraints. We say, hey, listen, you got 4 weeks, you got 6 weeks, you got even 3 weeks, and it really just depends on what works for people. But like you have to be in the like you touched on it. The mental game is so much more like it's almost like just as important as the nutrition, the workouts. You just got to be willing to commit for that set amount of period of time, and you're amazed at what changes happen. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've been with us. That was one of your best results. You've been with us. The journey's been 7 years now. You've been working with us for a little bit. How has maybe your goals changed, or what have been some of your results over that time?
So there was a period of time where, especially with the challenges, and it became, I wouldn't say obsessive, but then I started watching my weight,
Hmm.
right? And then one thing I learned after a while was it's hard for me to commit to sticking with a diet that's consistent. Because
Hmm.
sometimes I go out and eat, especially with my clients and whatnot,
Hmm.
and all that's out the window, right? Holidays as well, or if we go on vacation as well, right?
Yeah.
So I think I got to a point where also talking with other coaches, like Sean as well, it's like, you know what? I mean, obviously you're gonna have to eat a little as well, but whatever you take in, you gotta be mindful on how you can output that back as well, right?
Hmm.
So I think after a while, what I started doing was I wasn't so focused on what my weight was or my body fat, is how I fit my clothes,
Hmm.
right? So there was a period of time after doing, I think one of the other challenges, I was down back to 172 pounds. I think
Hmm.
that's the lowest I got at the gym. Currently, I just weighed myself this morning, so I can talk to you about this. So currently I'm at 183 pounds.
Hmm.
So we look back at 183 versus when it first started. It doesn't sound like much, but I'm fitting in clothes that are at least 2 sizes smaller,
Wow.
right? So I think what it is I've lost the body fat portion of it and I've just become more dense. So what I focus now is if I fit in my clothes and I don't have to get any sizes bigger, then I'm fairly happy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the way I look at it now.
Hey, and that's important, right? Because I think the weight is a good, quick initial measurement, but
Yeah,
eventually over time, it's how you fit in your clothes and how you feel, which is really to tie it back in the very beginning was exactly what sparked you to come in the first place was
no,
because
absolutely. Yeah, and that was a big, you actually touched on a big key as well. It's like how you feel as well, right? So obviously since being active, like I feel much better overall, not
hmm
just physically, but even for my mental well-being as well.
hmm hmm
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's a huge aspect that we don't talk about too much is like how much clearer your thinking gets and everything because you're active, blood's flowing, blood's pumping. The other risk factors like disease and stuff as we're getting older is huge too.
for
Um,
sure.
but you also touched on like, you're more dense. And I think that's a key factor in the journey of a lot of our members initially starts off with weight loss. Let's lose the body fat. Let's lose the extra weight. But what ends up happening is we get this curve where we see the weight loss, but it actually you start to come back up, which is
Right.
actually a good weight because you're putting on muscle mass. And that's probably why you feel better like you can move things better, you can lift things, you can walk for extended periods of time without getting tired just because you have more muscle mass.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, that's absolutely true. You know what? That's funny that I said it. So we, as a family, went to Japan this past January. And I remember the first time we went, which was in 2019. I was already at the gym,
mhm.
but I logged my steps this time. We were doing like 25,000 steps a day
Yeah,
easy, right? And it didn't feel horrible at 25,000 steps a day.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah. So I mean, 20, that's something to balk at, right? You got to think about it. If you have all that extra weight and not enough muscle and you're doing 25,000 steps versus you lose the extra weight but you put on muscle, makes a huge difference in how you feel on a day to day, which is
yeah.
awesome. I got one last question for you. This is more along the lines of like for somebody starting off. Like I want to talk about your position because you're the kind of guy that was like, you know what, I'm happy where I'm at, right?
Oh
But
yeah, I'm like the typical person, right? Never really thought about the gym or anything.
what would you say to somebody like just because you don't want to get it's a slippery slope to get to that point where you're like, oh crap, nothing fits anymore. I gotta do something. What would you say to somebody like to help motivate them to get started?
Well, I guess the mindset's the biggest thing, right? So for myself, it's whatever I do, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to just go out and do it. It's not one of those things where I'm just going to go and, half-ass it, right? Obviously, going to the gym, if somebody has never worked out, it's just something you have to try out.
Hmm.
Obviously, there's so many different gyms one can join. They just have to see what fits them,
Hmm.
what works for them, what do they actually enjoy, possibly. Quite
Yeah.
frankly, I'll be honest with you, man. Oh, you guys always hear this from me. Working out, even like now I run as well, right?
Yeah.
None
Yeah.
of that stuff is enjoyable.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really isn't. I mean, come on, you're out there sweating,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
afterwards, especially running, there's different pains every time. But it's just one of those things where the mindset is, hey, listen, I'm gonna go do this because there are benefits from doing it.
Yes.
And that's why I go out and do it.
Love it.
So whoever's starting off, I was just say, try it out, but you have to be in a the right mindset to go do it.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people, especially during Christmas and then New Year's resolution, what does everybody do? The first thing is like, I want to lose weight.
Yeah.
But how many of those people actually commit to something like that?
Yeah.
Right? Like they say, talk is always cheap.
It's true. It's true. I love what you just said because you know what? A lot of people think it's easy. And you know what? Let's just be frank. It's working out is hard, and doing it consistently as long as you have is hard because it's like you're going there, you're sweating, you're exerting yourself, you're pushing yourself past what you think your limits. But the key is like if you're gonna do it right and stay consistent. Which Jonathan, you have. You've been absolutely crushing it. You are a pillar in our community, and we appreciate your time and sharing your story with us. Thanks so much.
No, absolutely. My pleasure, Joe.